Hello students, today's topic is epicycloid and hypocycloid. So let us start with the epicycloid and the definition of the epicycloid. If a circle rolls on the another circle known as directing circle and outside of it, then the curve traced out by any point on the circumference of the rolling circle is epicycloid. So here, if the circle rolls on the another circle known as directing circle, then the curve traced out by any point from the circumference of the rolling circle is known as epicycloid. If we will take the point outside the circumference of the rolling circle, then the curve generated will be superior epitrochoid, and if we will take the point inside the circumference of the rolling circle, then the curve generated will be inferior epitrochoid. Now let us start with the example. A circle of 50 mm diameter rolls on the another circle of 150 mm diameter and outside of it, then the curve generated will be epicycloid. So trace the locus of point on the circumference of the rolling circle for one complete revolution and name the curve. Here the circle is rolling outside the directing circle and we have to trace the locus of the point which is on the circumference of the rolling circle, then the curve generated will be epicycloid. So here the radius of the directing circle is 75 mm because the diameter is 50 mm. The diameter is 150 mm and radius of the rolling circle is 25 mm because the diameter is 50 mm. So first of all draw directing circle having radius is equal to 75 mm. So measure 75 mm length on the rounder and draw directing circle. The radius of the directing circle is 75 mm. Then after, draw the rolling circle having radius is equal to 25 mm like this. It should touch the directing circle like this. Now if this circle rolls for one complete revolution starting from point A and reaches at point B after completing one revolution, then the circle will generate an angle theta at the center of the directing circle. So how can we find out this theta angle? This theta is equal to 360 degree into small r upon capital R. So 360 degree into small r is equal to 25 mm, capital R is equal to 75 mm. 25 3s are 75 and 3 12s, so 120 degree. So theta is equal to 120 degree. So the circle will roll up to 120 degree angle on the directing circle from A to B. Now after drawing the directing circle and rolling circle and the position of the directing circle or starting point and end point of the directing circle at theta angle, it is 120 degree. Divide the circle, rolling circle into 8 equal parts. Here we have to divide the rolling circle into 8 equal parts. So divide the rolling circle into 8 equal parts. Now the rolling circle rolls in the clockwise direction. So the first point of the rolling circle which is going to touch the directing circle is this point 1, then after second point is this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is our P0, where P0 will be at the point of contact between the circle, rolling circle and the directing circle. Now after dividing the rolling circle into 8 equal parts, now first of all draw one arc having radius D0 to C0 showing the center arc of the rolling circle. The radius will be D0 to C0. D0 is the center of the directing circle. Now divide this 120 degree angle into 8 equal parts. Here theta is equal to 120 degree. So if we are going to divide this angle into 8 equal parts, the angle of one division will be 15 degree. So measure it or divide this angle 120 degree into 8 equal parts by taking 15 degree angles, and extend these lines up to the center arc. Extend these lines up to the center arc, the arc which we have drawn from the center. So extend this line. This will be C1, C2, C3, C4, 5, 6, C7, C8. Now after marking the centers, draw the arcs parallel to the arc of the directing circle from 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5. The center of the arc will be at D0. 3, 5, and last at 4. Now after drawing these arcs, measure C0 to P0. Put your roundel on C1 and give an arc on the arc passing from the first point of the circle. So this. Thereafter C2, give an arc on the arc passing from the second point of the circle. C3, give an arc on the arc passing from the third point of the circle. C4, give an arc on the arc passing from the fourth point of the circle. C5, give an arc on the arc passing from the fifth point of the circle. Put your roundel on C6, give an arc on the arc passing from the sixth point of the circle. Put your roundel on C7, give an arc on the arc passing from the seventh point of the circle. Seventh point of the circle, you have to give an arc in the clockwise manner like this. Mark these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mark the points and draw the freehand curve passing through these points: P0, P1, P2, P3, P4, 5, 6, 7. So the curve will be the epicycloid. Now how to draw normal and tangent to the curve at any point. So first of all, mark that point on the curve. Let us say that point is point S. After marking that point, measure the radius of the circle. Give an arc on the central arc from point S. Mark this point as R. Join this point R to the center of the directing circle, and when this line intersect, mark the point of intersection of this line and the directing circle. Here this point is S1. Join S1 to S will be the normal. The line perpendicular to the normal from point S will be the tangent. So this is epicycloid with normal and tangent. Now hypocycloid. Now let us discuss the definition of the hypocycloid. If the circle rolls on the another circle and inside of it, how the circle will rolls inside the directing circle. then the curve traced out by any point on the circumference of the rolling circle is known as hypocycloid. If the circle rolls on the another circle and inside of it, then the curve traced out by any point on the circumference of the rolling circle is known as hypocycloid. If we will take the point outside the circumference of the rolling circle, then the curve generated will be superior hypotrochoid, and if we will take the point inside the circumference of the rolling circle, the curve generated will be inferior hypotrochoid. Now let us discuss this problem. A circle of 50 mm diameter rolls on the another circle of 150 mm diameter, and inside of it trace the locus of a point on the circumference of the rolling circle for one complete revolution. Name the curve. So the curve will be hypocycloid as per the definition. Here the radius of the rolling circle is 25 mm, radius of the directing circle is 75 mm. So first of all draw directing circle, then after draw the rolling circle inside of the directing circle, show the angle theta up to which our rolling circle will roll. It is 120 degree because the radius of the rolling circle is 25 mm and directing circle is 75 mm. So draw directing circle, rolling circle and the angle theta 120 degree. Then after draw the center arc D0 to C0, on which we have to mark the centers of the circle C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 up to C8 by dividing this angle 120 degree into 8 equal parts. Then after marking this point C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, let us divide the rolling circle into 8 equal parts. So here we have already taken the division of the rolling circle, 8 equal division. The circle rolls in the anti-clockwise direction. Here is the P0. If circle rolls in the anti-clockwise direction, the first point which is going to touch the directing circle, arc of the directing circle is this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and P0. So after marking these points, we have to draw arc from D0 to 1 parallel to the arc of the directing circle. 1, 2, 3 and 4. After drawing this arc, measure the radius of the rolling circle. Put your rounder on C1, give an arc on the arc passing from the first point of the circle. C2, give an arc on the arc passing from the second point of the circle. C3, give an arc on the arc passing from the third point of the circle. C4, give an arc on the arc passing from the fourth point of the circle. Put a rounder on C5, give an arc on the arc passing from the fifth point of the circle. Put a rounder on C6, give an arc on the arc passing from the sixth point of the circle, and put a rounder on C7, give an arc on the arc passing from the seventh point of the circle, and mark the last point at B. Here we have to give the arc in the anti-clockwise manner because the circle is rolling in the anti-clockwise direction. Mark these points and draw the freehand curve passing through these points will be the hypocycloid. Now draw the freehand curve passing through these points P1, P2, P3, P4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This curve will be the hypocycloid. Now today's task is to draw the superior epitrochoid, inferior epitrochoid, superior epitrochoid, inferior epitrochoid, superior hypotrochoid, inferior hypotrochoid. This is your task to find out the way to draw the superior epitrochoid and inferior epitrochoid. Just you have to take the point for the superior epitrochoid, you have to take the point outside the rolling circle, and inferior epitrochoid you have to take the point inside the rolling circle. Thank you.